Hi guys, so today on this video we're talking about Cash App, and more specifically I'm going to talk about an issue that a lot of users have had recently, and that is why Cash App can't verify my identity. So let's go ahead and talk about this. First off guys, it's going to be a really quick video, but I'll go over some important information on how to get your Cash App identity verified. So let's go ahead and talk about this. First off, why would you need to verify your identity on Cash App? Well, that's pretty easy. Cash App is a company that handles a lot of financial transactions, and because of that, the US government requires them to gather basic information about all of their users. They also have weekly limits set up on the maximum amount of transactions that you can perform on Cash App before you're prompted to verify your identity on Cash App. At the time of this recording, the weekly limit for sending money through Cash App is $250, which is not a huge dollar amount, especially if you're sending money to multiple people. So it's very easy to get to that weekly limit of sending money out. Also, they have a weekly limit of $1,000 per week being sent to you if your account is not verified. If you go over those limits, what's going to happen is the app is going to be prompted to verify your identity. And even if you don't reach those limits, it is possible that Cash App will require you to verify your identity if they feel like something is a little fishy about your account. Once Cash App asks you to verify your identity, you will need to verify your date of birth, the last four of your social security number, and oftentimes they're going to ask for a picture ID. But what if Cash App can't verify your identity once you've provided that information? Well, there's actually a couple of different fixes for that. And if it's asking for a photo of your ID, probably because the information that they're pulling from a third-party source is not matching up with what you put in, which is kind of frustrating because who's going to know your date of birth better than you? But if that information doesn't match up, they will require a picture of your state-issued ID. And this is usually why Cash App can't verify your identity. The reason is because of the photo quality. If you take a picture of your state ID and then you send it to Cash App and it is declined, you will need to take a new picture when prompted and send that to Cash App. So one thing I can suggest is be sure to clean the back of your camera, because if you use your camera often, sometimes you can put your fingerprints on it and that can smudge the camera, and that's going to degrade the quality of the video or the picture of your ID. And if Cash App can't see all of the numbers clearly and the name clearly on your state issued ID, they will let you know that your identity cannot be verified on Cash App. Also, make sure that the lighting is well when you're taking the picture. If there's too much lighting, there's going to be a huge glare on your state ID. And if there's not enough light, then there's going to be too much shadow, and Cash App will not be able to verify your identity on Cash App. Now, what if you've already done that and then you still cannot get your identity verified on Cash App? Another user messaged me and let me know that what they did is they switched phones and used a better camera. So if you have maybe a late model iPhone or Samsung where the camera is just not really that high quality, maybe try using a different phone, maybe a newer phone, and taking the picture there, because they're going to get more megapixels, and then Cash App will have an easier time reviewing the information on your state ID. So that is probably the best fix. If you can't verify your identity on Cash App, clean the camera, make sure the lighting's well, and if those fail, make sure you try a new camera. So some users have said that they've tried all of those methods and they still can't verify their identity on Cash App. An alternate fix for this is going to be delete the app and then reinstall it. So once again, this is kind of an annoying process, but make sure that you have all the correct credentials to log back into your Cash App. So simply delete it from your Android device or from your iOS device, and then go back into the App Store and then re-download it, and then go through the verification process again. Think of this as kind of like restarting your computer or restarting your phone. It's the same thing. It might not be anything to do with verifying your identity. It might be some sort of a bug inside of your particular app that's downloaded on your phone. So try that and see if it works. And lastly, if you still cannot get verified on Cash App, or if they can't verify your identity on Cash App, the last resort is you're going to need to create a new Cash App. So you'll need to use a new email or a new phone number and set up a completely different Cash App. So again, this is not an ideal situation because it's possible that you already have your account set up on Cash App, but if you create a new Cash App with a new email, a lot of users have said that they were able to verify their identity on the new Cash App, just not the old Cash App. I always say that's going to be the last resort to verify your identity on Cash App, because it's kind of an annoying process to set up a whole new account. But if all else fails and you've sent in your identification and they keep telling you that you can't verify your identity on Cash App, that may be the last resort which should work. So there you have it, guys. If you are not able to verify your identity on Cash App, those are the methods that I know work. If you found a different method, be sure to leave a comment below, let the rest of us know. But hopefully you found that video useful. If so, click thumbs up or maybe consider subscribing to my channel. And I hope to see you on the next video. Thanks again for watching.